There's nothing better than finding a partner who shows you unwavering support and cheers on even your tiniest accomplishments. But what happens when those accomplishments start to interfere with your happiness? On today's case, Ms. Robinson says her fiancé's soaring career has taken a front seat in their relationship, and she says she's tired of it. While Mr. Jewell claims he's done nothing wrong, Ms. Robinson says she's seen more than enough to give her pause, including walking in on Mr. Jewell kissing another woman. He claims it was for work, but Ms. Robinson says she's tired of the lies and she's tired of playing second fiddle to Mr. Jewell's career, his other women, and his 2 dogs. Ms. Robinson says if he doesn't get his act together, she'll be lowering the curtain on this relationship and exiting stage left. Let's hear their case.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Robinson versus Jewell.
Thank you very much. Ms. Robinson, you're in court today and you say that your happiness has been overshadowed with the suspicion of your fiancé's infidelity, a lack of intimacy, and his selfishness. You say you're fed up with Mr. Jewell's behavior and you're ready to call off this engagement if he doesn't change.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Jewell, you're here today because you don't know if you and your fiancé are going to make it down the aisle. You say she is overbearing and clingy, which is a huge turnoff. You say you both need to work as a unit in order to fix this relationship.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so it seems like we are at a crossroads. You guys have been together for 2 years and you are engaged. Although you have no children together, you each have a child, so it's impacting on how you're going to actually be a family as to whether or not you all go on in this relationship. So, Ms. Robinson, why don't you tell me why we are actually here today?
Your Honor, we're here today because of all of the cheating that he does, the disrespect, the lack of communication, and him just not being consistent with this relationship at all.
Well, Ms. Robinson lays out that she's unhappy. Mr. Jewell, what do you say?
I mean, I don't think I do nothing wrong at all. I just think she nagged too much. She don't trust me. Like, everything I do, it has to do with another woman. When I leave, she's blowing my phone up every 5 minutes, like, you know, and I'm trying to work. So it's like I can't answer the phone all the time.
So let's try to figure out why there's a lack of trust in this relationship. Is it because Ms. Robinson is insecure or that you've given her reason not to trust? Why don't we go back a little bit? Because I know it wasn't always bad. How'd you meet and what made you fall in love?
I met Myron off of social media. He has a big platform. He actually goes by the name of Cheating Ass Myron, which has taken a toll on our relationship.
Because what, does he live in his name?
He is. And it's causing problems with our relationship. I DM'd him one day just to let him know how talented he was.
Was that his name when you DM'd him?
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. What in the world would make you DM somebody named Cheating Ass Myron?
I mean, I followed him for a while. I just knew that he was very talented. I didn't think anything of it when I DM'd him. I didn't think we would come this far.
Oh, you
Very
weren't
talented.
DMing him in order to try to start something. You were just complimenting him as a fan.
I didn't think he was even gonna respond.
Okay. So you slid into his messages and he complimented you back properly.
Yes.
She's a beautiful lady, so that was easy on his part, I'm pretty sure. You're gorgeous, and you put a...
Thank you.
You had your profile attached to it, and next thing you know, Cheating Ass Myron's like, woo, baby. So what made you be attracted to this beautiful lady?
Me being a man, I went right to the profile. Before I even responded, I went to go see how she looked. And when I seen that she looked good, that's when I DM'd her back. I didn't think we were gonna, like, it was gonna get further than this.
But I think it moved pretty quickly, am I right?
It did.
So talk to me about the progression.
So it kind of all happened fast. When my birthday came, I took him on a trip to Puerto Rico for my birthday.
How soon after you met?
4 months.
And did you all have a good time?
No.
Wait, how do you not have a good time in Puerto Rico?
Well, because
she messed
first
it
off,
up.
no, you messed it up.
You messed it up.
First off, when we were taking a flight there and we were in the airport, he was texting too much. It was just a little weird to me. He kept saying it was son. So I watched him do his password. When we got there, he got in the shower and I went through his phone and I seen that he was entertaining women that he used to be involved with.
The text messaging was going on while you were like getting ready to go on the trip.
Oh, yeah.
No. That ain't right.
Okay, Mr. Jewell.
First of all, she threw me a birthday party for my birthday first at your house. You left that house. She threw me a birthday party. I felt like that was kind of fast, but I appreciated it because I didn't know what her motive was. I'm like, ain't nobody never did this. Then her birthday comes. She wanted to go to Puerto Rico. And I didn't understand how she even got my code when I came out the bathroom.
She's Inspector Gadget. That's what women do.
Yeah, but it's
Thank
4
you.
months in. I'm not looking for her talking what she doing. We still getting to know each other in 4 months.
Okay.
Just start. We 4 months in, she already looking at my phone. So that was a red flag to me, but I still
But
stuck
actually,
around.
y'all are done moved in together within a month and a half after you met.
Well, actually, I was already living in Atlanta.
But then she moved.
I'm from the Midwest. I lived in Atlanta. Yeah, she moved down there.
Did Miss Robinson get her own house when she moved to Atlanta?
It was an apartment. It wasn't no house.
How long did she stay in her apartment versus in your place?
A couple months, a few months in her apartment.
So I'm right. By the time you were going to Puerto Rico, did you think you were in a monogamous relationship?
We were. Before I moved, I came to his house for a couple days, but when I moved here, he had a key the first day I got my key.
I didn't ask for it.
You took it.
Took it.
Yeah, so I can get
Used
away from
it.
the house sometimes, yeah.
Mr. Jewell, when in your mind did you say that this was a serious monogamous relationship?
I can't tell you exactly when. It just kind of happened. To this day, I still don't even know how we ended up getting in a relationship. Because we never sat down and had a conversation like, hey, I'm feeling this way, you feeling this way. Let's go to a next step. Before we know it, we just in a whole relationship. And I used to tell her, like, we gotta slow down. But she thought, every time I said that, she thought it was for another woman.
But
Like,
wait a
you just wanna
minute,
talk
did
to
you
other
get
women.
engaged?
Yes, but
Did you ask this woman to be your wife?
yes.
And you don't know when you're...
That was in the beginning, though. Then after a while, it's like I found myself still being with this woman every day. Because she does have things that I love about her, but
He
it's things
found
that I don't
himself
love.
still being with me, but even though we never sat down and talked, when people put that title on us, he still went with it, and I went with it. And then that's when all the other things happened, like me catching him with another woman.
Okay, so I'm now moving past how you got together to the fact that you now say that he's been cheating from the beginning. What has made you say he's a cheater?
He was doing a skit, and I could just see like how he was looking at her, like he was kind of feeling her. She
But
was
wait a minute,
catching
a
her.
skit on stage?
It was at a house. I go in the house, the girl is on top of him, kissing on his chest like they were about to do something while he's in his underwear.
What has made you say he's a cheater?
With what he does in his line of work, he was with another woman doing a skit or whatever, and we had a little altercation because he was taking too long, and I could just see like how he was looking at her, like he was kind of feeling her. She
But
was
wait a minute,
catching
a
her.
skit on stage?
No, it was at a house. I was outside waiting in the car. We were getting into it over the phone because he was saying I was being impatient when he said we was gonna get there, get it done, and leave. We got into an argument. He thought that I left. I stayed outside for a little bit longer. I go in the house. The girl is on top of him, kissing on his chest like they were about to do something while he's in his underwear.
No, that was a different type. It was a skit. It was a skit that we were doing.
He's never been in a skit where I've seen a woman put their lips on you.
Well, that's because when you're doing that, you have to sell it to the audience. So when they watch it, it's believable. That's all it was. But
So
it wasn't.
did you sell it before we met?
So
Because I never
at the end
seen
of the day, you shouldn't even been jealous. She was jealous when she pulled up. I started bringing her around me when I was doing skits, just so she can see what was going on. There's gonna be a lot of.
I'm sorry, are we talking sketch comedy? Are
Yes.
we talking
He's a
stand-up
comedian.
comedy? I know that your profile says comedian,
Mm-hmm.
and I get that. But is it stand-up comedy?
Yes, I do. I do stand-up comedy as well.
But do you do sketch comedy?
Yeah, I do sketch comedy as well.
So where would the sketch comedy skits be put?
Like on YouTube, because.
Oh, so this is social media sketch comedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, my character was cheating as Myron. It was built off of being a cheater. So it was a lot of times you would see me running in drawers down the stairs. It's just, I was always in drawers. Like, that's just what it was. So that's how you met me. So that's what you seen. That's why you
But
DM'd
you
me,
never
because
had a
that's what it
skit.
was.
You never had a skit where a girl physically putting her lips on you, right?
No,
Why was that
so-
necessary?
Because it was just part.
No,
It was
so-
just no. It was just part of. It was just part of the skit.
I'm trying to get why a woman would need to be physically kissing you in the middle of a comedy sketch. Help me to understand that, sir.
It was nothing. Like, it's not like she had her tongue out or nothing. It was like some little dry, like it wasn't nothing.
No.
But it had to
Well,
be
she-
long
But
enough
he
for
said
when
it-
she walked
No,
in the door, it
she's-
looked crazy.
But he just
Just
said
thought- no, you're-
it was
no,
funny.
because
but
you're-
there's nothing
you-
funny about a woman kissing on you.
Yes, it is. If you're insecure, because if you did a video, I
If
wouldn't
I'm
care.
insecure, it's because you made me
Because
that way.
I brought her there so that she could see. I does a lot of videos around a lot of other beautiful women. I started bringing her because I wanted her to see, like, okay, I'm not doing nothing. Because I was going by myself before, and I could feel the energy and the tension when I come home. Like, it was like, I don't know if she was jealous, insecure, I didn't know what it was. So I was like, let me take her. And every time I took her to do sketch comedy with me and there was women around, you felt the tension in the room of her sitting over. It's like she just, like, got devil eyes, like she just looking like, and it makes me not be the same person that I always am. You know, to where they would be like, why you acting different? And I'd be thinking like, how? But the whole time I know I am because she's in the room, so it's like I'm not as happy and go lucky as I would normally be because she's gonna take it as flirtation.
Ms. Robinson, did you know who Mr. Jewell was when you first met him?
Yes.
Actually, that's one of the things that attracted you to him.
Yes, it was, but if you would have seen his page when I met him, there was never any girls that was kissing on him like that. I know what he did in his skits, but it seemed like once we got together, it was more contact and different things going on. And there was women that he was doing skits with that then, when I found in his phone, that was sending him inappropriate things.
So give me an example of that, because I'm going to take what Mr. Jewell says as his work. But what are you suggesting that has led to? Be very specific.
So when we go back to Puerto Rico, when I went through his phone, a woman that he was texting was a woman that he used to deal with, not in a relationship, but he had interactions with this person, and that was one of the text messages that I seen. But he told me about the interactions when we met, but he said there was nothing going on. So when I went through his phone, I seen that. Then I seen another woman sending him nudity pictures. When I told him, like, y'all do good skits, but he didn't have to lie to me. Because he would lie when he would work with this person.
And I'm not gonna lie, so I did lie about it, because it was like, I felt like if I told her, she was gonna complain. It was something about this specific girl.
Mr. Jewell, have you been seeing this young lady in an intimate way? If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. What was inappropriate about the text messages, or was it just that she was texting?
It was just that he said that he hasn't been talking to her, and he was telling me he didn't know that they were meeting up for these skits. It's the fact that he's just lying about it. When I told him, like, y'all do good skits, but he didn't have to lie to me. You can't say that I never told you that.
You said that after I complained, but then every time she come around, you feel some type of way.
Because he would lie when he would work with this person.
I'm not gonna lie, so I did lie about it, because it was like, I felt like if I told her, she was gonna complain. It was something about this specific girl that it was just like.
Is there anything that you think happened with Mr. Jewell and the young lady?
I really don't know.
Mr. Jewell, have you been seeing this young lady in an intimate way?
No, not at all. Not since before her.
Now, Ms. Robinson, did you just hear what Mr. Jewell says?
Yeah.
But why you got the stink mouth, like you don't believe him?
I don't. Because it's like, he'll tell me, I'm finna go shoot with this person. And then I see a video come up and he's shooting with this person that he said he wasn't working with.
Here's my question, you all. I haven't heard any evidence that Mr. Jewell has been physically unfaithful to you.
He's admitted it. When we broke up, we wasn't communicating at all. And then when he finally got on the phone with me, he told me he was gonna stop dealing with other women. He was gonna be a better man. He was gonna be more affectionate. He was gonna communicate with me more, because that's the reason why we broke up. Because it's like he would dictate our relationship.
Yeah, when I come home, as soon as I walk in the house, she thinks it's supposed to change in an hour. That's the problem. As soon as I walk in the house,
but if I let you come back home, I mean, when you come in the door, you should just be like that if you know that you're not giving me the affection that I deserve or anything like that.
You are.
It really sounds a lot like you're not compatible. Like, Mr. Jewell, you're stuck in your ways and you like things done the way you like them done. And you feel like giving affection when you feel like giving affection. And Ms. Robinson, you have an expectation of a boyfriend, a fiance, and a future husband that is going to be attentive and kind of in your face and your man the way you define it in your head. But you all have never sat down and defined your relationship for each other. Mr. Jewell, you don't even know how you got into the relationship. You can't even articulate to me.
I tell her that. I tell her that. I just need my own space sometimes. Like, sometimes I just want to go and be by myself. And sometimes I think she take it the wrong way. Like, every time I say something, she takes it, like, she gets defensive. Like, you know what I mean?
But that's just not the way Ms. Robinson communicates. Ms. Robinson communicates with much more affection, and I get the feeling that's your expectation of who you want in your life. Am I right?
Yes.
That's not him. Don't mean to hurt your feelings. That's not him. That's not who he is. He's not a man. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not being judgmental or harsh. That's not him. There are a lot of men that might be like that. And then there are a lot of women who have sat in your exact same space, and that would get on their nerves. It would get on their nerves if every 2 minutes they talking all lovey-dovey. Some women would say, ooh, if this man don't go somewhere, I need my space. So I'm telling you, these people have different love languages. If they're not speaking your language, why are you there?
I really don't know, Your Honor. I fell in love with him, and as a woman, I just stayed. And
Did you fall in love with the theory of him, or did you fall in love with him?
I fell in love with him.
But then you need to let him be him. If you fell in love with him.
That was the same
but
thing
every
I asked
time
her.
we do,
No, I asked her that. I
then
say the
he
same thing.
always say he's gonna change. He's gonna do this.
Man,
he can
it ain't
show
gonna
his
happen over
dogs
there.
more affection than he shows me.
Because they my peace. When I got my dogs, they just sit there and they watch TV with me. They just chill. I can walk them. It's quiet. Like it ain't nothing
Pick him
going
up,
on.
you rub him more, you need some
Yeah, I'll rub him.
attention, all this stuff. He won't come in the house and do that with me.
Because you expecting it when I
But
come in. You right there like, you're not
he
gonna.
say I nag, but why do I nag? Because I don't get attention.
Mr. Jewell, are you prepared to change? Because what I'm trying to get you to do is be mature about the relationship. If this is not you, Mr. Jewell, I'm gonna be real straight with you. If you want her, you must show her in a way that she's going to feel wanted. And if that's not what you can do, again, no judgment, but then you need to let her go because that's not gonna be who you are. And everybody's entitled to be who they are and be in a relationship with somebody that matches them. You can be on the side of the fence, and the other side of the fence, there is somebody that is gonna match you. You can stand over the subway grate, and when the wind comes up, you feel really good. You're entitled to that, sir. And if it's not this woman right here, then be a man and say, baby, that's not who I am.
I told her a lot of times, like, you can't make me be the person you want me to be. I'm me. Like, this is
Do
me.
you want
I've told her
him
that.
the way he is? Because he's not changing, it's who he is.
No, I don't want him who he is because every time when we leave, when we part ways, he's gonna change. Then he come in, it's good for 2 weeks and got me feeling all hot, all good, and then it changes, he go back to who he is.
Because that's who he is. At your core, that's who you are. I'm a whole human being already. I'm baked, fully baked. Cake is already done. So no matter what I say, I'm not gonna be a different cake. So I'm saying to you, if you want this man, take him as he is. He's a fully formed human being. You're not gonna change him, and he's not gonna change for you unless he desires. And what I just heard, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I'm looking at my jury, Mr. Jewell just said, this is who I am, take me as I am. That's what the jury sees. That's what I saw. What's your verdict, Ms. Robinson?
It's not about taking him who he is. That's fine to do, but you still have to compromise in a relationship. That's not being gone till 6 o'clock in the morning, not texting or calling anybody.
Ms. Robinson, I beg your pardon because I can't help you. Because you need to live in the truth. You're the plaintiff here, you brought the case. But the truth is, Mr. Jewell has said, this is who I am. You want me? I'm gonna be here for you. But if you don't want him the way he is, then girl, you need to roll out so that you stop nagging this man and this man can go on and be whoever he needs to be and get whoever he needs to have. Go get you a man that you want. You don't have to settle for somebody that you don't want. You're a beautiful, smart, talented girl. Don't be so damn clingy. Go get you a man. Oh, Lord, have mercy. You know, Robert, I have to tell you, I felt like I was watching Effie from Dreamgirls, and I am telling you, I'm not going. I just kept thinking to myself, lady, he is not changing.
He is not changing at all. He loves what he does.
And I assume he's good at it.
Right.
She needs to get something she's good at and find her a man. Lord, Auntie Star just came out today.
Yes, please.
Judge Star will be back tomorrow.